That was my fault. Alright, I goofed. So trial 21. In trial 21, you switch between forms to activate different jumping behavior. This is for the Twitch, or not Twitch, YouTube export. In trial 21, you switch to forms to activate different jumping behavior. Blast or arrow keys to move, spacebar to jump, J, K, L to switch forms as you acquire them, Alt F4 to kill the screen. If it's open, Windows version is the original upload. Let's go for this. Let's do this! So earlier we were talking about a glitch. If you set the graphics to good, then sometimes the spikes just completely disappear. So let's actually try demonstrating that. Oh, there it is. You can already see the spikes disappearing on us on the screen here. So again, that's because it's on the good settings. But if instead we do it with the fantastic graphical settings, that solves that problem. I happen to be aware of this problem. I also encountered it earlier with a game called Star Driller Ultra. My UI would just suddenly disappear for absolutely no reason. It was the most frustrating thing. But yeah, it was just setting, it was just removing a good option and everything below that entirely. And there you have it. It just, that was my way of fixing that problem. Just don't add that option at all. So that's gonna be what I recommend for you guys. But yeah, in any case, let's play this game.
Autonomous Simulation Robot Test 21. Activating robot now.
The narrator truly compels me. All right.
Frog module acquired. Activating now.
I'm not sure I'm a fan of this narrator, to be honest. There's just something very suspicious about the way he talks. Boink. There's some animation glitches there. The legs. Right. I'm not sure I'm a fan of the fact that the space bar is jump when the up arrow key can do the same thing. And it's closer and easier to do JKL as a consequence of that. If you're using arrow keys, that is. You are giving the option to do arrow keys after all, right? Oh, okay. Okay. This is happening.
You're not flipping.
Yeah, no, I was struggling to do that. And I'm just gonna keep climbing. Yeah, secret found.
Or just no.
I've done it, everyone.
Wow, incredible. I love that.
No, it's Doom. It should have been a secret, but it's a bug. So John here is going to be commentating, or watching the comments, I mean, excuse me.
Oh yeah, I should be doing that. Also forget we're 30 seconds.
If anyone watched my let's play of whatchamacallit, okay, the wall jump feels a little unintuitive in the sense that, so holding left right now while I'm clawing makes sense. But then what I'm compelled to do is press right, then jump. Okay, so you do allow a little bit of that. But, you know, it feels to me like that's not exactly the most intuitive thing. Like right now I just fell off. And I have to basically just wait until, you know, I just have to basically just wait until it finally launches off. So, like, there's an easy way to kind of fix that, and I think Tommy Refness talked about this in one of the specials inside Indie Game the Movie, was that you pull a little timer on it, where the character will stick to the wall regardless of which direction you're hitting for a short amount of time. And then, you know, you press the button. Now that feels right because it's still stuck in the wall for a brief, short amount of time, and then you jump to the right when the wall is on the left, that is, and it feels good that way. So I highly recommend using the same strategy here as well. I am really happy to see that the forms are being used creatively here. In when I say creatively, like they're used in combination, because that does feel like all of these forms are supposed to work in tandem with each other, and there's a very satisfying feeling to that. Man, the human form just sucks when I can just frog it away. Oh, okay. Well, that happened. All right.
Chicken module acquired. Activating now.
Wow. I want my frog powers back. Okay. All right. What? No, that's not how it works. There we go.
Automated simulation robot. Test 21 complete. Deactivating robot.
Okay. Robot deactivated. That's it. That's apparently it. No longer renders entirely black.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. The reactiveness to the controls seems a little wonky. But other than that, what I did like about it was that you did in fact combine these forms into very unique platforming puzzles that I kind of like. First off, the Metroidvania layout as well, because you just kind of return to previous locations, and I think that's really cool. I'm kind of a little sad that there wasn't much more put into the whole combination of different forms more, because you have one for chicken and human, yeah, or monkey, I'm just going to say, then you have one for frog and human, but you don't have one for frog and chicken yet, which is, I think I understand why you chose it that way, but that's a little unfortunate that you didn't do it that. You don't have those kind of puzzles, platforming puzzles in there, and I would have liked to see something like that. So, but anyways, I can see a lot in this game, and that's always a good thing. So hey, let's talk about it. Innovation. Uh, I wouldn't consider it particularly innovative, but I did like the way that you had to kind of transform in the middle of things. That I do find is actually pretty fun. Yeah, I actually had some fun with this. Theme, I did like this interpretation of the theme. Um, you're the same thing, but you're in different forms, and the animation really sells it. So well done on that regard. I'm actually gonna rate a little lower on the graphics. This is largely because the animation is beautiful. You know, the background and everything left a lot for me to be desired. The background, the whole bush sort of environment. There felt like there was nothing there.
It could use a little variety.
Yeah. I can tell you guys are clearly great artists. So the fact that there was not a whole lot of visual variety left a lot for me to be desired. Audio. Okay, this is definitely 3-star to me without a question. You know what? I'm going to give one more star for graphics because the audio was just boring. It's like I said, it's boring. There's no jump sound effect. There's no land sound effect. There didn't seem to be any particular sound effect to it. The narrator sounded very, very bored, which I don't think is exactly a good trait to have. The music was just there, and perhaps that was there because you wanted the player to focus on the puzzle, but to me it just felt like it didn't add to the feel of the game. Humor, nothing there that I thought was funny. Mood, I think the animation really captures it well. There's something really fascinating to watch between the robot change between different forms, and the parts still remain the same, but the animation changing, and thus you getting the idea that okay, I changed forms is really compelling. I think that I like that part of it. It's a little dreary right now, which I don't think was the intended mood, or maybe that was intentional, because the music, on the other hand, was just like elevator music. So I don't know. It left me. It just felt a little boring, right? And I'm not talking about the gameplay or anything like that. I'm talking about the presentation being so elevatory. There was nothing that stood out to me that made me say like that compelled me. I want to know more about this universe. And to be fair, my game also is guilty of that problem, but nonetheless, that's what I felt. Overall, actually, to be completely honest, I'm willing to give 4 stars because for all the wrongs I pointed out, you got a lot right. The controls honestly needs a lot of fine tuning, in my opinion. But what I was able to get used to and eventually be able to execute, I thought there was a lot of really, really strong ideas. And yeah, I know that I said like with every idea that I've played so far, every single one has a potential. I do feel that this one is made with the hands of really talented people. The the level design was really put with care. I'm a little hesitant to say thought out because there was obviously that part where I was able to jump off the level. That seemed like a simple oversight, but like the way it Metroidvania'd me back to sort of at one point, I thought was really cool. The way it just kind of went over in this simple tutorial like fashion. Here's what you're supposed to do in this platforming section, and I'm like, oh, I get it. Like I thought that was really intuitive. So Definitely, I think like this game is in the hands of the right people. It seems like you just needed a little more longer time, which fair enough, that always happens. And you know, I would definitely love to see more from you guys. So yeah, that's how I feel. Very solid concept. Enjoyed the intuitive level design that taught me through the basics. I personally thought the use, the combination of different forms to achieve more complex platforming was great. Personally, I feel the wall jumping could use a little polishing. As I'm compelled to move in the direction I'm trying to jump to before I push the jump button while clinging to a wall. Additionally, I'm not a fan of JKL as method to change forms. Would love to see a longer game. I believe it's in the right hands. And you all show care in your product. Music and background graphics struck pretty boring too. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. Alrighty.